Hey guys, Lou here, back for another best ball draft on DraftKings. We are doing a Divisional Super Bowl tournament draft. We just wrapped up the wild card weekend, and personally, I did not have much success with best ball. I have a pretty low advance rate. Had a lot of correlated lineups, and really this week we saw a lot of uncorrelated lineups move on. I had 36% Lad McConkey, which I was feeling really good after round one. Had a few lineups too with Mixon and Nico Collins in there, so I felt pretty good. Then Sunday hit, and some other guys that I had some pretty big investments in, being AJ Brown, I think almost 40%, and Cooper Kupp, same thing, almost 40%. Ended up bombing out and completely ruined my chances of advancing. So another thing I missed on was Derrick Henry. For whatever reason, I didn't get too much exposure to him in all my drafts. So I ended up missing out on that too. So really what we're going to try to do here is right the ship, get a few lineups in there. I'm obviously not going to do as many as I did for the wild card round, but we're gonna put in at least 4 for the divisional round. Hopefully advance 1. I think on average most people, the average best ball player might advance 25% of lineups. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But the past 2 years I've been playing best ball, at least on DraftKings, I've been able to advance, somewhere between 25 and 30%. And that's usually on about 85 entries for season long. But I'll be honest, playoff best ball I've never done before. This is my first year. Advanced less than I do in the normal season. But that's all right. So we're going to go off the grid a little bit here and go for Derrick Henry. My thought process going into this is a Lions-Ravens Super Bowl. So it'd be nice if we could fill out a roster with that type of pairing to start. It'd be something if all 3 of those guys went just now, but we'll see what we get. If we end up missing out on Lions, let's maybe try to run it back on the Eagles here. AJ Brown had a really rough outing. 1 catch for 10 yards. I'll never forget that since I made a lot of investments in him for the wild card weekend. Best ball, but maybe it's time to double down. So we're up in 2 picks here. We see Saquon Barkley go. Have a pretty good shot at getting Lion stack, but Amon-Ra goes. So now I don't think I really want to head in that direction. I'll go for AJ Brown here, and hopefully we can get Jalen Hurts on the wrap. So right now I'm pretty much banking on a Lions-Eagles NFC Championship and a Ravens-Chiefs NFC Championship. So if I can fill out a Super Bowl roster here with some Ravens and Eagles. This guy already has a quarterback, so he doesn't need Jalen Hurts, which is great news. So that should help my case for Jalen. But yeah, back to my point. Ravens-Chiefs, AFC Championship. Eagles-Lions, NFC Championship. Looking to get some pieces of all of those guys. We'll get our quarterback here, Jalen Hurts. And really what we want to do is get a Super Bowl team here to advance. Get a full roster filled out here, and we'll be feeling pretty good. And in the process, let's get some guys who are going to score points that might get eliminated, and we're okay with that. All right. So Laporta is off the board. Kelsey is off the board. I am good with Mark Andrews here. And then I will be good with someone like Xavier Worthy. Hopefully get to the AFC Championship and get some points there. The drafter behind me has Lamar. Probably not thrilled that I ended up taking Mark Andrews there. But we have 4 of our 6 Super Bowl players lined up there, which is looking good. I could go Goddard, but the good thing is a lot of these Ravens pieces come pretty cheaply. And Goddard goes anyways. So we'll take Xavier Worthy here. Pretty good chance of the Chiefs winning this game, which means if all of these guys ball out this week, I've got a pretty good looking lineup for the AFC Championship. And let's maybe keep that trend going. So I like Bateman. I like Hollywood Brown here. McLaurin goes. Shakir goes, which is good news for us. Could go Bateman. Could go Hollywood. What I could also do is I'll go Hollywood, and maybe I'll go Mahomes after that. He might go Bateman. But if I go Mahomes, then I have Worthy, Hollywood, AJ. But then we don't have a running back. Maybe I should have gone Bateman there. Oh, man, and Zay Flowers just went. All right, well, that's... Didn't play my cards right there. I think that's a critical mistake on my part. All right, we'll do Mahomes. And maybe we can get some running backs. So then we would have Mahomes, A.J. Brown, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown. We wouldn't have a tight end. Probably fill that in with Noah Gray, maybe. We can grab Kareem Hunt at running back. We can grab Pacheco, even though I think Kareem is the more valuable one at this point. Kenny Gainwell, somebody we can grab. Cooper Kupp just does not look like himself as of late. And Puka's the clear number one. All right, so I think we're off of the Ravens now. So I think I can let up on that. Let's go Kareem Hunt. I think now we're committed to the Chiefs now that we've made this pivot. Drafter behind me is probably going to take some more pieces of the Ravens if I had to guess. And there's likely. I assumed that was coming. We can hope that Cooper Kupp gets back to normal here, but that doesn't look very likely. You know what? I'm just gonna click on the name. Hopefully get some divisional round points out of him. So now if we're looking at a Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl, we have a quarterback no matter what. We have Kareem Hunt, we have A.J. Brown, we have Xavier Worthy, we have Hollywood Brown, and we don't have a tight end. Let's see if everyone else is doing the same type of thing. Yeah, this looks like the biggest competition in terms of competing to advance. Henry, Brown, Hurts, Andrews, Worthy, Brown, Mahomes, Hunt. All right, we're back on the clock. What does this guy need? He has 2 tight ends. Noah Gray can get pushed. We'll take Pacheco, another Chiefs piece. We'll grab Noah Gray on the way back. And then somewhere deep in the draft, maybe a guy like Jahan Dotson. Only saw 2 targets last game, but Calcaterra, 1 target last game. Don't really think there's much else doing. CJ. Khalif Raymond. Grab Noah Gray. And on the way back, let's do Kenny Gainwell. If he's there. Let's see what the chances of him being there are. 2 running backs, 3 running backs. I think they're pretty good. Probably this draft would be the one I have to worry about the most, but if I had to guess, he'd probably take somebody like Brian Robinson. He looks like he's committed. Yep. Looked like he was committed to the Commanders there. I could see him going somebody like Kenny on the way back, but do you really need 3 or 4 running backs at that point? I guess you can make the same case for me. I don't need 4 running backs. But what did Kenny do last game? 3 carries, no targets. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Justin Watson could also be somebody. I'm gonna go Justice Hill. Just in the off chance that the Chiefs aren't the team advancing. So then we would have Hurts, A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews, Justice Hill, and then we just miss out on a tight end or a second wide receiver there. Which, if we get to the final round, doesn't matter. Making our money for sure. So, team I ended up with is Hurts, Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Worthy, Andrews, and Hollywood, probably at flex. Bench guys are Mahomes, Hunt, Kupp, Pacheco, Gray, Hill. Team number 1 is opening up with Lamar, Jameson, Devontae Smith, Monty as a running back, Goddard at tight end. Flex can be either one of these guys, Bateman, Flowers, Mixon. Team number 3, which I think is the probably biggest threat, although team number 4 looks like a pretty big threat too. We have Allen at QB, we have Amon-Ra, Puka at wideout, James Cook at running back, Laporta at tight end, and then one of Shakir and mainly Williams at the flex. Team number 4, quarterback, we have Jared Goff. We have at running back and flex, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, that looks good. Travis Kelce looks good, and then wideouts we have Collins and McLaurin. So overall, some pretty solid teams. Going to be fun to watch. Hopefully A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts can right the ship here and get us to victory. Looking back, probably the biggest mistake I might have made was going Hollywood here. Maybe I should have gone Zay or Bateman, knowing that this guy was drafting Ravens and I was openly committed to Ravens at first. But you learn from your mistakes. We're going to do 3 more of these drafts. Hopefully get some teams advancing to the very final round. So again, it's 1 of 4 to move on in the first round, then 1 of 8 to move on in the second round, and then that 544-seat final. All right, we'll be back tomorrow for another draft, and thanks for watching. If you haven't, like, comment, or subscribe on any of my content. It'd be greatly appreciated, and I will respond to anyone who has comments, good or bad. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you back tomorrow.